Pitching to magazine editors can follow a simple formula: a short introduction about yourself followed by a couple of short paragraphs about the article you have written. Adding links to any of your previous writing, including blogs, will be helpful to give the editor an idea of your writing capability. You will have looked at copies of the magazine you are pitching to and will have noted the format of previous articles, and no doubt have honed your work to suit that format. When describing the article you have written, make sure you mention why you are the best person to write it. Perhaps it is the result of research with the help of contacts who have a particular knowledge of the subject, or indeed are working in the environment and have provided you with some insider facts. Or the subject may only have come to light after searching via a Freedom of Information request, or have visited the National Archives at Kew. There are a few people make a living searching at the NA on behalf of others, which saves journey time and money. I would suggest that multiple pitches go into the one email, as long as the opening paragraph lets the editor know that there are 2 or 3 articles you would like to be considered. There's a greater chance of one being commissioned. Sending individual pitches to the same editor may prove harder. If the editor feels that the first one he reads is not very well thought through, he won't be in any hurry to open others you may send. One word of caution: don't send the same pitch to multiple editors, as tempting as it may be. If it's commissioned by one, and you have to tell the others it's gone, they won't be very pleased with you for wasting their time. Don't be afraid to ask about the money. The chances are that the publisher's website will have a link which explains it, but if in any doubt, mention it during communications if the publisher seems interested in your article. You need to know what the publisher will be paying you. The whole publishing industry has been going through a shaky recovery time since the lockdown. Just be aware that even if you're a newbie, you'll have worked hard and will be pitching like a professional, but you may feel like you're being treated like a glass collector in a pub after applying for a job as a barman. You've got your foot in the door, but don't expect to get full whack until you have built up a track record in writing. You may strike lucky first time, but keep building up your work experience and presence through social media. For example, joining writing groups and starting and regularly maintaining a blog can be very helpful for you. You may feel at this point that the entire universe is conspiring against you, but take a moment to consider the responsibilities of the editors. They will have needed at least a bachelor's degree to obtain a job as a magazine editor, and may have earned degrees in English, creative writing, and journalism. Depending on the magazine and its editorial calendar, the lead time for pitching can be 3 to 6 months before the publication date. This allows the editors to consider your pitch and then work on it within their production schedule if it's accepted. They will be reviewing material and revising writers' work, checking articles and content for grammar, spelling and punctuation errors. They may even need to verify some facts and sources. A concise, polite email can act as a gentle reminder that you haven't received a response yet. Kindly ask that the recipient confirms they've received your pitch and mention that you look forward to hearing their thoughts. One thing you don't want to do is make the recipient work. Don't be unduly resistant to editorial changes and advice. It can feel uncomfortable, even hard, to submit to the editorial process, especially when you have been painstaking about the details of your writing, but it will strengthen and broaden your writing over the long term. At the same time, don't humble yourself and accept every edit if you know that it is wrong. Editorial and peer review processes are not airtight. It is not difficult to conceive scenarios where editors genuinely misunderstand or misconstrue the author's meaning. It can be easy for an inexperienced writer to get discouraged when their submission is rejected. Sometimes rejections don't mean that your piece is unpublishable. If you have confidence in the quality of your work, and if it's work that you think deserves to be read, then keep submitting it elsewhere. The writer-editor relationship can be fantastic and creates a foundation for a mutually beneficial future working together, but it requires a good dose of humility all round, or it can quickly become miserable and unproductive. What have been your experiences? I'd be happy to read your comments.